Hi everyone. In this video, I try to explain file management. This is Lakshmipati V, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. See, in the file management, before going to the file management, it is one of the component of operating system. See, in the operating system is the interface between user and the resource of your computer. Resource like a input output devices, CPU, memory devices, etc. But come to the file management, what data we need to store inside the system. Either we create any one program. So all these are, we call it a files. See, the files are in different formats. File name dot c means that is a C file. File name dot cpp means that is C++ file. File name dot java means Java file. File name dot exe means that is executable file. Once you are compiled and run, see, that is called a executable file. See, when you can go for in your mobile phones, you are downloading any application. See, that time once you can download that one, automatically it will be downloaded and double clicked, it will be installed inside the system. That indicates, see, that file is already executable. See, once you are double click, automatically it will go for running of that particular file. See, that is only the, see, what we need to store inside the system in, using certain format. We call it that is a file management. It is a one component of file. See, files. Files means the collection of data we stored inside the system. See, data collection created by the user. The file system is one of the most important part of the OS to a user. Means user will be creating a certain data inside the system using certain formats. We call it that is a files. Either you can go for executing a C programs. There are 10 programs. It will be 10 files of each and every program, one file. That will be type of C files. See, that is only, it will be stored in the directory of any one directory. See, that is only the C files. Means once you are saved inside the system, system is log off, then also the data will be remained in the system. See, that is only the file system. See, desired properties of files. The files are stored on the disk or other secondary storage and do not disappear when the user log off. Then file have name can be associated with access permission that permits the controlling share. Means they have certain permissions. Permissions means we can go for the files, read, write and execute. Read permission means the file can be the users, other users can be used only reading purpose. We can't edit that file. For example, our results. In our exam result, we can view, we can't edit. See, once we can give the permission to the write permission, we can change that data also. What data is there inside that particular file. See, that is only the read, write and execute. Execute file means only for executing purpose we are using. Read file means we can view that source code also. Then write file means we can go for edit also. See, that is only the read, write and execute. See, each and every file when we can create it, see, that time they have read, write and permission. We can assign the read, write and permission. The file can be organized into the hierarchical or complex structures that reflect the relationship among the files. For example, we can give the connectivity. See, already you know that linked list. See, once the root directory, the root directory can be dividing the subdirectories. For example, in your system, we can use the C drive, D drive, E drive. Under the C drive, then we can give declaring the different types, different folders. See, that is only the hierarchical structure of you are storing the files. Then each and every file is, see, then for example, C drive, it will be come under the hard disk memory root directory. See, under the C drive, we can dividing the ABC means that ABC it will come to the C directory. See, that is only. Then file systems, see, provide a meaning to store the data organization as a file as well as collection of functions that can be performed in on a files. For example, we are doing certain operations when we created a file. So what are that operations? The type of operations include means create operation. The create means when you are creating a file. Creating means user want to create a new one file. See one program, for example, you can go for creating a C programming. See that time what we are typing using the Turbo C, either you are using the Linux Ubuntu, there we can open the editor, text editor, there we are typing. After that we can save that program. See that is called a create. After creating, open. When you want to open that one, we can go for the search option. Either we are typing that one, automatically it will be opening. Either we can go for double click that one. See, double click this one, this type of folder, automatically it will be opened. Then close means just you don't want that, now we want to read. See that time we can go for closing that one. Then delete. If you don't want this particular folder, we can go for deleting that one. Close. Closing means just we can, after reading, after doing the task, just we can go for closing that one. Read means we can read the data what inside the that particular file. Write means just we can go for changing the data. See that is only the write file. See these are the main operations we performing in the file management. See file management means we can create a file inside the system. We can give the permission read and write execute. We are performing certain tasks. The tasks are create, delete, open, close, read and write. Then file structures. There are, see, once we have, there are many grouping. For example, here fields. Take employee name, employee phone number, employee address, employee ID. This is called each and every particular field, one field. Record means each and every tuple is called a record. For example, name, everything is called a record. Entire database, entire all information of that particular folder is called a file. All the number of files is called a database. For example, take any college management system. See here, each and every employee information is called a file. Each and every employee field means entities is called a fields. For example, name, person, place, address, date of birth, these are the fields. One person information, only we are typing one person information, that is called a record. That section full information is called a field. Entire college information is called a database. See that is only the file structure. Then each and every terminology of the file means that only what single value is called a field. The collection of similar records. Record means the number of collection of related fields is called a one person. For example, any one person, HR, the HR name, HR phone number, everything is called a record. Then all employees information is called a field file. Then collection of similar records is called a file. The database means all the information of that particular organization is called a database. That is only the structural terms of the field, record, file and database. Field means single value. Record means similar related fields. It is a collection of information of that all employees is called a file. All organization information is called a database. Then see how we can access that. For example, file system software architecture. For example, user. Then here the pipe, sequential, index. These are called storage formats, representations. The data will be stored in the disk drives, then either tape drives. See that is only the disk drives or tape drives. We are using the basic file system. Here supervisor we means when the input output we are user will be accessing that data, the supervisor will be send the request where the data is located. It will be accessing and will provide it to the user. See that is only the file system software architecture. Then device drives. Device drives means, for example, you need to communicate your hard disk to see this diagram, your hard disk to your user will be sending the request. The data will be there in the inside the system. That file is existing inside the system. Your operating system will be take care and we are responding to the user. See that is only the device drive. Lowest level communication directly with peripheral devices, responsible for starting input output operations on the device. The process the completion of the input output request, consider to the part of operating system. Then basic file system. See, basic file system is in your hard disk we can store inside the data inside the main memory. Either it is storage memory. See, when you are creating, the data will be there in the main memory. After creating, we press the save, then automatically data will be stored in the secondary memory. When we need to go for accessing that one, the secondary data will come to the primary memory, then performing the task and producing the output. See, that is only all reference to a peripheral input output level. The primary interface with the environment outside the computer system, deal with blocks of data are exchanging with disk or tape system, concerned with place of blocks and secondary storage device, concerned with buffer blocks of the main memory, consider a part of operating system. See, all these are come to the file systems. Means what we need to create the data will be stored inside the system. That time data will be created in particular format. For example, doc file means doc, mp3 file means .mp3, file name .mp3, then mp4 means file name .mp4. So that is a video file. Then vlc file means same file name .vlc. Like that we can store the create a files inside the system. What is a supervisor? Basic input output supervisor. The supervisor work will be the responsible for when the user will be requesting through the input devices using the keyboard. See, that time data inside the system, the supervisor will be send the request. Then after the data is there in the secondary storage, it will be accessing either your disk scheduling algorithms. The disk scheduling algorithms can be go for particular block and read the data and will put it into the main memory to reduce the system. Entire task will be performing and monitoring is called a input output supervisor. That is only the supervisor. Then see here, just that logical input output means we send the user will be send the using the application softwares. It will be sending the request. It will be the supervisor will be go and check inside the using your operating system will go for checking inside the database. Once the data is exist, then it will be responding to the user. See, that is only the this diagram. That is a logical input output. Then accessing methods. See, accessing method means there are three accessing methods: read and write and execute. See, if you have read permission, just we can go for read the information. Either your operating system work is that only. The user will come log into the system, then it will be sending the request. Data is there in the inside the system. It will be responding to the user. See, that is only the levels of file system closest to the user provides the standard interface between the application and the file system device that holds the data. Different access methods reflected different file structures and different ways of accessing and processing the data. See, this is another one example of elements of the file management system. See here, file management, then one more thing, operating system. Just we can user will be login and we can accessing the what the files they want. See, that will be user, just user command, then passing the information, it will be in the directory management. Then file, you have access permission, the data will be there in the records. Then it will be just see in the physical memory. Then scheduling algorithms will be go for your read and write arm will be go for reading the data in secondary storage device. Once the data will get, then it will be responding to the user. See, this is only the elements of the file management system. Then what is a file organization and accessing? File organization means logically we can store information inside the system. See, for example, good example is data organization, data structures. What is the data structure? Organized data inside the system. Here just we can change the file. The file organization means we can store data inside the system. In which way we can organize it? Organize means in which format. See, that is only the organization. It is in the sequence, either it is in the hierarchical, either it is in the index. Based on that types, we can go for arrange the data files inside the system. We call it that is a file organization. In the choosing the file organization, the several criteria are important. Shorted accessing time, when easy to access that one. Then update, economy of the storage, simple maintenance, reliability. See, all these are very important characteristics, important criteria. See, when we can go for accessing, it is fastly accessing. See, it is user friendly. For example, when we can view that information, easy to get that one. See, that is only the main criteria of then means reducing the time to access the information. It will take more time to display the file means searching the file means your system will go slow. Then we can go for the increasing the throughput. We using these are the methods. These are the criteria we can following for the implementing the file organization. See, there are file organization types: the sequential file, index file, hashing file. See, then index sequential file, the pipe file. Pipe means continuous. Sequential means one after that. It means we call it that is a linear data structure. Index means linked list. Then index sequential means one after the other using the list. Then hashing technique we are using. These are the different techniques. See here they are given a good example for each and everything. The first one is pipe. See, it is a variable length files one after the other it will be storing. Sequential means it is a table format. The index sequential means each and every table is separate, then it will be connected together. In the index file means it is like your textbook. It is a content table is there. We can go for reading the page number. That particular page itself we are getting the data. That is called a index file system. See, what is a list file? The list compiled from the file organization. Data is collected into the order they are arrived. Each record consisting one burst of the data. Then it is a variable length record, variable set, this one. The records are accessing in executive search. Means one after the other it will go for accessing. That is called a pipe. Sequential means we have the given fixed length. See, each and everything they have fixed length. We can store the files inside the system according to the length. Then we can go for it is, for example, we can give the name is equal to 30 means it will take only 30 characters of that particular name. It is not taking more than that. So that is only the sequential files. Then come to the index files means, say, address added the index to the file to support the random accessing. For example, index itself we know that which number. For example, you can go for the index table of your textbook. See, their name and topic and the page number you have. Once we can go for that particular page number, we are getting that particular information. See, that is only the index sequential file. See, the index file also same type index sequential file. Here we are applying the concept of variable length records. Then one more thing, executive index. See, records are accessing only through their index. Variable length records can be employed. See, we can go for reading that index, which location you have data. There only we can go there and we can read the data. See, like good example is using the disk scheduling algorithms, we can go for reading the data in index files. These are the information elements of the file directory: file name, type, organization, then volume, then starting address, size allocated, owner, then accessing information. See, date of creating, identify the creator, date of last reading, accessing. Each and every information is available in the correct usage, date of last backup, identify the last modifier. See, everything information we are getting inside the file elementaries. Then operations of the files, same: searching, create, delete, list and display. Just we can go for performing the information. When you want to, that time we are creating the file. When you don't want, that time we can deleting that one. When you need to update the information, we can go for updating. Either we can go for searching. When you require that time, we can go for searching the information. What is a two-level schema? Two-level schema is, for example, user and hard disk. User will be sending the request. The hard disk itself, your data is exist, then it will be accessing and we can provide the information. See, that is only the two-level schema. See, it is a directory structure, tree structure of directory. You see, master directory indicates root directory. Under that, it will come to the subdirectories. For example, your hard disk can be dividing the D drive, C drive and E drive. Then A drive will be dividing the further 4. For example, you can go for the Shah Rukh Khan movies means Shah Rukh Khan 2019. Then either we can go for the English, Hindi, Kannada movies. Then based on that, another one Hindi movie, they have Shah Rukh Khan, year wise we can dividing. We call it that is a directory structure. See, this is called a tree structure of directories. We can go for system, master directory, A drive, B drive and C drive. In the B drive, then once again draw, then another one is word. Then once again in this unit A, then unit B, then ABC. Like that we can storing the files. File sharing. Sharing means we can go for accessing. Information can be view and we can share the information. For example, see, someone we uploaded certain files. We need to access that file. We call it, they give the permission to share. Then only we can go able to access that permission. See, that is only access rights. See, none, appending, updating, changing the protection, deletion, reading, execute and knowledge. See, all these are each and every terminology what we can go for accessing the information. Updating means just we need to open that one, we can go for any updates, we can go for updating that one. Reading means just we can go for reading the information, then delete, just we can go for deleting when you don't want. User accessing rights, the owner, special users, group owner. See here, we using that u o means owner will be u, then special user means o, then other users means o, then this one means W. See here, here we each and every person is read, write, and execute. Who will be created the file that is called a owner. Special means we can give the permission only few users. Others means everyone we can be. That group means that particular BCA group, either BSc group. They can use, that is called a users. Then all users means we can give the permission to the owner, then special users and user of the group. For example, I will take one example. The owner means principal, special user means teachers, user in the group means students, then all means everyone. Say principal, everyone will go for accessing the files, that is called a, this one. What is allocation? Allocation means in the storage inside the system we need to store the information. See, we use certain space to store the information. See, that is only the when you are creating a file, that time we need to store the space inside the system using the data structure, then only we can able to store the information. See, one secondary storage in the file consisting a collection of blocks. The operating system is a file system. It is responsible for allocating a blocks to the files, approaching the taken from the allocation by influencing the approaching taken to the free space management. The space is allocated to the file as soon as more portion the continuous set of allocating the blocks. The file allocation table we are using to allocate flat. Then pre-allocation and dynamic. Pre-allocation means beginning only we are allocating the space to store the data. Dynamic allocation means when we can go for creating automatically, that time it will be allocating. Good example is static declaration and dynamic declaration. Static declaration is we declared beginning. For example, using the int a. Then dynamic means using the linked list. When you require that time only we can go for creating a space, that is called a malloc and sherlock. Based on that we can create a files. Before only we create a space. Before creating a file only we are allocating a space, then only creating we call it a pre-allocation. Dynamic allocation means when you are creating that time only how much you require, that much space will be creating, that is called a dynamic allocation of your system files. Then file allocation methods, continuous, chain and index. Continuous means continuously one after the other will go for like a arrays. We each and every continuous it will be. Chained means linked list. Index means we create a table, then then particular go for that particular block and then we can go for reading the data is called a index. See, for example, see continuous memory allocation means one after the a will be 2, length is 3, b will be 9, length is 5, then c is 18, like that we can go for means a length is 3 means a will be 2, 3, 4. Then b 9 means just you can see 9, 5 means 9, 10, 11, 12, 30. It will be allocating in continuous. See, then C will be 8 means 1, 2, 3, 20. Start with 20, end with 29. See, this is the way we can go for storing the data, that is called a continuous. Then come to the continuous file allocation only, this one. Then after computation means it will be using in sequence. So it is 3, then 5, then it will be 8, then will be 2, then these are the remaining space blocks are available for storing the data. Then come to the allocation chained. Chained means linked list. See, file 1 is connected to this, then this one, then this same like your linked list, that is called a chained allocation. Then come to the chained allocation in after consolidation means it will be in the sequence. So then come to the index. See here, you created index, you have the number 1, 8, 3, 14. First it will go for connected 1, 1. See, in the 24 itself we are created index. It will be 1, 3, 8, 14. All blocks will be in the same index. Just when you can open this one, automatically it will be connected to every portion of the system. There are multiple indexes. Then free space management. See, free space means sometimes in system we have certain space. We need to reutilize that one. We use the free space management. See, that is just allocating the space must be managing the, so that must be unallocated space. That is only the compagation technique we are applying to utilizing the free space. Bit table. This method is used to the vector containing only one bit of the each block onto the disk. The entry of the 0 corresponding to the free blocks and each block corresponding to the block in use. Works well with any file allocation method. It is easy and as small as a portion in the advantage. Chained free portion means it is in the continuous. Using the fragmentation technique, we can go for allocating the means reutilizing the space for inner fragmentation and outer fragmentation. The free portion will be chained together. We can go for reutilizing that one. Indexing. See here, treat a free space as a files and user index table. It would be for the file allocation. For efficient, the index should be in basis of variable length portion rather than blocks. This approach is providing the efficient support for all the file allocation methods. The free blocks list. So just we can go for each and every block is assigned and the number of sequential depending on the size of the disk, each either 24 or 32. The bit will be need to store the single block number. There are two effective techniques of the storing smaller part of the free the block to the main memory. So that is only the volume, the collection of addressable records in secondary memory, then as OSR application can be used. See, that is a data storage. The sectors of volume need not to consecutive or physically storage devices. They need only appearing that way to OSR application. The volume may be using the result assembly merging to the small volumes. See, these are the your file management system. See here, if you have any doubt in this one, just you can subscribe our channel and we can post the comment. I will give the solution to that. Then keep watching my videos. Thank you.